What's up, guys? Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you guys enjoy the content and want to see more of it. I appreciate the support and hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so this is probably a pretty common matchup in OP9. Doflamingo is probably the best performing deck, at least in the beginning. Towards the end, it's starting to get overshadowed by other decks. And then Shanks is, red players have been clamoring for a really good meta deck, and Shanks has a really good effect for red, which is pretty an efficient color. Like red doesn't really have a lot of draw power, a lot of, you know, any kind of like efficiency. It's just all aggro, all like aggressive starts. But Doflamingo goes first here, which I think is probably the preferred curve anyway, just because you want to get a body out as soon as possible. And Shanks does leave 2 down open, so I'm not sure if this deck is running it, but there's been a really popular Shanks build that runs Red Hawk because it combos really well with your leader. You can use your leader's minus 1k to like a 5k character and then use Red Hawk to pop it. But yeah, Doflamingo starting off really strong too, starting off with basically the ideal 3 down turn. Teach into Jinbei, or sorry, into Weeble, and then Weeble draws a card, so you're not even down on card advantage, which is the biggest problem with playing Teach. And now Teach is going to start to show why it's really good, because now you can do a 4 Dawn play, and then you can still use your leader effect. So having him set up on your 3 Dawn turn and it not dying is really strong. So yeah, now you can do a 4 Dawn play, and then that Boa is going to be able to rearrange his deck, and then now he can still use his leader effect. So the rearranging doesn't matter that much because you're going to stack cards to the top of your deck with Teach anyway. He has some options though. I'm not sure what that is pudding. It's alternate pudding. So basically all he's doing is just controlling what he's going to draw next turn. Or maybe even this turn. He has another Weeble too, so which is really good. If you're playing Teach, you want as many Weebles as you can because the card you're losing by putting a card on top with Teach, you're gaining back by playing a Weeble. Yep, so he's just controlling what he's drawing. So really strong. I don't know how like Shanks can really combat 3 characters on board. Sure to ask a question. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was, but yeah. Shanks is gonna have a hard time dealing with this board. And the next turn, he still has a pretty strong turn on the 7th down turn. He can still use Jozu and do his leader effect at the same time. He doesn't have Jozu right now, though, but yeah, it's putting on a lot of pressure. Shanks really wants to get to his late game with playing just a bunch of 10 cost Shanks, a lot of just 10 cost characters in general, just so you can slow it down. But it's going to be hard to survive against Doflamingo, which swings 7k every turn. You're going to have to pitch 2 cards or play an event card to get out of it. Yeah, and it's just Shanks probably just trying to control board right now. Just swing against the Weeble, and then probably playing a 5-cost Rayleigh. So Rayleigh is cool against Doflamingo because his effect requires 2 5k characters on your opponent's board to use it. So usually that's not like manageable early on, but Doflamingo goes wide so quickly, so early that Rayleigh is actually a really strong tech card against it. But yeah, this pressure is pretty enormous. On the bright side, the best thing there is that Doflamingo's board is getting pretty cluttered, so he has to bounce things back soon, or that he's running out of cards. He only has 4 cards in hand. Yeah, I think if Doflamingo had a Josu here, it'd probably be game over. Yep, he's just gonna pudding instead, which is equally as devastating. I think he had like 8 cards in hand, so that's like a +3 pudding right there. Yeah, it's looking rough for Shanks. I'm not sure if you can even make it to your late game. Alright, let's see what hand gets. He gets a couple of 2Ks, like 3 2Ks and 2 1Ks, which is not terrible. You don't really want to see a bunch of non-counters in your hand post-mulligan. So that's actually not a bad hand. Yeah. And then running a lot of 2Ks and Shanks is really nice because you're going to swing 6K at you a lot to play around your leader effect. It's like how in OP1 where you had the blocker law, a 6K blocker, so you swing 6K against law. Probably gonna give it 2K here. Yep. And then probably another 2K. And then yeah, if you don't see him blocking and using your leader effect as a Doflamingo player, you probably don't even swing this Jinbei. Just because he still has a free block and a free leader effect. So interesting here, you can block and do leader effect. Oh no, he's not gonna risk it. Because like it might not be the worst thing if he goes up to your Rayleigh. Okay. Still think what he wants to do. If he swings 7k Jinbei here, that means he's most definitely gonna use Teach. Okay, really think about what he wants to do. Yep, gonna swing 7k. So maybe you just block it 2k here. Yeah. Yep. So he's thinking about blocking. Probably a 2k. Oh no, he's on leader. So block, leader, and then 1k? Saving is 2ks. I guess that also makes sense. Huh. I feel like blocking 2k would be better, because then now if Doflamingo swings 7k, you can do leader in 2k, and then in the end you're just losing 2 cards. Oh, he just swings 8k anyway. He's not even doing leader effect. He just did teach effect. Okay, and then 2k, 2k. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the same result. You end up losing 2k, 2k, 1k. It would have been the same regardless of how he did it. But yeah, I think if you're expecting a Dofi leader effect and he's only swinging 7k, then you can at least get out of your leader and a 2k instead. And then you'll lose less counter power. And then now I don't think this Rayleigh is a blocker anymore. I think you have to swing, especially when your opponent's at 2 cards in hand. Yep, swing 7k, getting rid of 1. And then probably Yas up just to make yourself a sturdier leader. Yep, Yas up makes yourself a 6k leader and 8k at 9k at one of the 6k bodies. Yep, so it's decent stabilizing turn. Doflamingo's kind of hamstringing himself by using teach effect so much just for the extra aggression, but I think that's okay. Now you probably go with the Rayleigh instead of the leader, just as they're both 6ks anyway, but you have a chance to take out the Rayleigh, which is going to be a problem later on. So you only swing 7k? Because he has, what, 9 down left over? You have enough for your boa effect, so... Okay, swing 7k at Rayleigh. Okay. Kind of predicting that he just have 2ks, but he does, he just doesn't want to let it go. Honestly, maybe a 6k would have been enough. Because now you have Hancock. And then you're going to have basically 2 down left over, so it'll probably be a putting 6k as well. And then probably play the Moria off because you need cards in hand, so you want your leader effectively Moria. So it's probably going to be a putting 6k and then a leader 7k. Guys, really thinking about it. I don't think you use teach effect this turn just because you're already so low on cards, and there's nothing in your hand really that you want to play off the top. I think you'd rather get the Moria, get the card back. Maybe you can get back a Weevil. Okay, 7k first. What's he gonna do? Extra 2 down then? I can't see anything else he'd do besides swing putting 6k, so if he was gonna do that, then I would probably swing that first. Okay, grab back Hancock, which makes sense. You want to set up your leader effect next turn too. 2 down left there. Okay, oh, okay, he left 2 down. Okay, I see. He wanted to see if Shanks uses leader effect. So the reason that he didn't swing 6k anyways is Shanks hadn't used his leader effect yet. I totally forgot about that. So that's why you swing 7k first. If Shanks uses leader effect then you can swing putting 6k. If he doesn't use his leader effect, then you just leave your putting standing. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, playing around these new leaders, they're probably used to it by now, but I'm just looking at them for their, like, without even playing it, I'm just predicting them, so there's gonna be a little, some stuff I forget. Yeah, Yasup's pretty cool. He can neg 1000 power to something and attack over it. I think he negative 1000 to the boa to make it a 5k blocker, so he wouldn't get an easy block as well. Now I'll play another Rayleigh. He doesn't get the effect because he has two bodies with 5k power. Basically just a queen with extra steps, like a purple queen. Alright, now you can do some actually decent like board clear, and you kind of stabilize a little bit. The next problem is that you don't have any 10 costs. So if we actually played a 10 cost this turn, this might have been a really good turn because you can swing, make everything at 5k, and then you can make it easier for you to swing overboard. And then the next turn you basically have negative 1000 power to everything, and then make it easier for you to defend. Yep, just defend it 7k. Then play an Otama. Like, if you even see a 10 cost Shanks here, do you grab it? Because then you're broadcasting to your opponent that you don't have a counter. Oh, he whiffed too. That's so bad. That's super unfortunate. Alright, so now he's probably in a lot of pain, I feel like. You can probably just go a bunch of 7ks. Maybe even 6ks, actually. To play around the leader effect first. Because at this point, you're probably just trying to get cards out. So you probably even swing the teach here. So probably just a bunch of 6ks here. You could even bounce back the Jozu and the pudding to bounce back the Rayleigh. Yeah, it's really struggling. If you counter out of this, You only have 3k counterback, yeah. It's probably gonna be another 6k too. Probably the counter on this too. I don't think you can take another attack. If you... 2k leader and then 1k. So now I would probably swing, yeah, bounce back the blocker, bounce back the pudding. Now you can even swing 7k, 7k, or you might try to take over the Yasop. Maybe killing the Yasop might be okay too. 8k Yasop or 7k leader. Playing another Hancock. Okay, so he can make his own teach at 5k. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I don't know where he attacked, but if you attack the Yasop, putting the extra Dawn on the leader makes sense here to make it 8k. If not, you can put it on teach and make another 5k swing. Yeah, he's gonna make 8k over Yasop. And then probably 7k lead, put him down to 1. And now even 10 cost Shanks wouldn't be enough, I don't think. Because you're gonna tap out and down, no blockers, and you're gonna be at 1 life. And you probably clear like 1 body max. Yeah, look like the writing's on the wall. And look, and it's crazy because Doflamingo's still at 5 life. Yeah, so for those of you wondering why Doflamingo's so hyped up, it's hyped up in OP9, not OP8. Just because it's so strong in OP9 with all this slow decks. A lot of decks rely on their 10 cost, like Shanks relies on 10 cost Shanks, Blackbeard relies on 10 cost Blackbeard, and decks are just a lot slower in general. So then Doflamingo takes advantage of that, and that's why there's a lot of hype around Doflamingo. So if it's not doing well in 8.5, like don't get fooled. Yeah, it's gonna counter and then block, and then now it's a pretty easy lethal. Probably just swing 5k and then 7k. Oh, he has more cards in there. I thought he had 0 cards in there. Never mind. Yeah, just swing good numbers. Rat beam, give him extra 1k. And just everything leader. Yeah.